Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. First carry for James Conner. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Bills, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook.
And it's intercepted. There he goes right side. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on?
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And this will be swung out here for Conner. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Murray to air it out again. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
From the 24, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down. Operating from the gun, Allen. Going right back to Knox, and again a completion. It'll be a gain of 5. And it's 2nd down. The Bills at 10-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now, because to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way, because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 22.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we got guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Completes to Shakir once again. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run, as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Touchdown! Khalil Shakir, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19. So ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they came into play here off 2 straight victories. They're back to 500 on the year. But, Charles, is this little mini run coming too late to salvage their season?
Well, they definitely dug themselves a hole, and it leaves them needing to play almost perfect football from here on out. But I do believe they think that they've got this thing turned around, and they are capable of doing exactly that.
And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And that is incomplete.
Turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. Back deep, Nyheim Hines.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. A big gain there for the Bills. 44 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs from 19 yards away. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He will return it. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Bills have recovered. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
On 1st down, Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
And he'll be out right at the 35. As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. On 1st and 10 is counter. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's got it. And he's brought down. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. Touchdown! A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year.
And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing. And put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Now it's the backup Prescott. And the ball is knocked out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Prescott on first down. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. And his throw here's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, but there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Now, to be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Now Prescott. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bills will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point right down the middle. And it is 42-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles, and I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
On second down, Cook. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And that last throw puts him over 5,000 yards passing now on the season already. Some rarefied air with numbers like that.
Well, don't keep the oxygen just for yourself. Pass some over to me, my friend, because given the fact he still has a number of games remaining on the schedule, that number's going to go sky high.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Cook will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Here's Prescott. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now a give, right side. Bellamy.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the...
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time.
Past the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there,
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing. His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Prescott on 4th down. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott towards the end zone for Brown. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 33 yards.
And the Cardinals are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Point after, up and good, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but In all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott. And this will be swung out here for counter. Finding room at midfield. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. James Conner. 68 yards. And the Cards get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The extra point up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. An option handoff given to Connor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone, and ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got Anderson right side. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To throw is Murray. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Cards are going to get it back here just past the 35. And now, oh boy, this is a bit of a surprise, to be kind. They accepted the holding penalty, so wipe out the interception, and their defense will stay on the field. Okay.
When the holding penalty sets them back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gonna give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans. Yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If it coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat.